The year is 2010, and I am 8 years old. Growing up in the early 2000s to 2010s was a really interesting experience. I saw the rise of YouTube, the launch of the Wii, and the Great Recession. It was a pretty cool time. Being 8 in the 2000s, it was inevitable that I would eventually find my way onto YouTube. My first experience with the site was when a friend told me to watch a video called The Annoying Orange.
Did someone just put a chipmunk in a blender?
I know this might be a hot take, but as a little kid, I absolutely hated this thing. I never thought it was funny. Little did I know, though, that this singular video would be the catalyst to my crippling YouTube addiction.
Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Spencer, back again with another video.
From that day on, anytime my parents went out to do chores, I would go downstairs and watch YouTube videos. The thing about classic YouTube is that most of the videos that went viral around that time were animations. One of the biggest animators at the time was a man by the name of Egoraptor. Egoraptor was one of my biggest inspirations when it came to making videos. Even though probably a fetus could animate better than me, I've always wanted to make cartoons because of him. I've seen probably every single video that Egoraptor has put out there. Around 2012 to 2013, the YouTube algorithm kind of just got rid of animators altogether. They still existed, but people like PewDiePie and Markiplier took over YouTube. And because of that, I jumped from one obsession to another. Eventually, I kind of forgot about people like Egoraptor. He eventually disappeared from my feed and I never thought about him again. That was until 2016. Imagine yourself, a 14-year-old boy. Your hormones are absolutely ripping through your body, and you decide to look up Egoraptor one last time. And you notice something strange. Since when did he make music?
Hey, alright, yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god. It was almost instant. Starbomb became my favorite band as a teenager. I was a gamer and I loved rap music. And these guys make rap music about video games. It was a match made in heaven. The band comprises of Danny Sexbang and Egoraptor, both of them being co-hosts of Game Grumps. I never really watched Game Grumps. I didn't really put two and two together that this was their band. I thought this was just Egoraptor's thing. Danny, the other half of Game Grumps, had his own band called Ninja Sex Party. And if you go to their Spotify page or whatever you listen to music on, their music is actually pretty good. So most of that talent went into the Starbomb music as well. With Danny's angelic vocals and Egoraptor's okay rapping, they released two of my favorite albums of all time. And this was literally all I listened to from 8th grade through freshman year. As proof, here's my playlist from that year. Before I get too deep into this video, I want to review these two albums individually with my modern lenses. I haven't gone back and listened to these things in probably a decade, and I think the best way to do it is to, hi everyone, Lunarfest Fantano here, the internet's laziest music nerd, and it's time for us to review Starbomb's two first albums, their self-titled and player select. Starbomb's first album came out in 2013. It's a short 26-minute album, but honestly I think that's for the best. Most of these songs boil down to a sex or dick joke. The age of this album really shows because it's the kind of humor that most parody works were doing at the time. What if Mario wanted to fuck Peach all the time? And what if Kirby sucked a dick? And oh, Samus is sexy, yeah. There are some really good highlights though. It's Dangerous to Go Alone and Crashervania are easily my favorite of the album. And the production is absolutely solid all the way through.
It was a bounty hunter in the depths of space, and she could easily combine your stupid ass with your face.
Ninja Sex Party has always had great mixing, and that carries over to Starbomb's album. But overall, it's a fun listen if you're into video games overall. It hasn't aged well at all, but it's a decent album to just turn your brain off to. I give it a strong 6 to a light 7. It would be lower if the album was longer because the jokes can wear thin very quickly, but since it's so short, it never really overstays its welcome. 1 year later, they dropped Player Select. It's about the same length, and most tracks are sequels to the songs of the first album. I don't know if it's nostalgia talking, but I think Player Select is the better album of the two. It feels like they took it way more seriously than than they really should have. It's still unbelievably stupid and immature, but I don't know, man. The music's just better. There are more skits, and the low points are lower than the first album, but the highs are so much higher. Some of my favorites are Smash, who has Markiplier in it, by the way.
Excuse me. Hi there. I'm the announcer for a fun new family game. It's called Super Smash Brothers.
That sounds nice. How do we play?
Well, first I'm gonna warp you into a world of hate and war, where you'll assault everyone you have ever known and loved before.
Hero of Rhyme, the simple plot of Metal Gear Solid, and Glass Joe's title fight. A lot of the songs kind of rely on the same, oh, whoa, these characters, they're saying the bad words, but the production remains as good as the first album. I give Player Select a strong 7 to a light 8. Transition, did you love this album? Did you hate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Like it if you liked it, hit the bell as well. Oh, also subscribe. Lunarfest Fantano, forever. Because Starbomb was really all I listened to, I tried to show my friends these songs, and they immediately shut me down and told me it was cringy bullshit. So in result, I decided to make a fake playlist. It consisted of Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Wayne, a bunch of just generic rap songs. And anytime someone asked me, hey, what are you listening to? I would immediately switch to that playlist out of complete embarrassment. Again, this was during 2016, and it's already been 2 years since their last album. That's fine, I thought. They're probably just taking time on the third one. They promised a third one at the end of Player Select.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry to interrupt another amazing rap, Egoraptor, but we're out of time again for this album.
What? Again?
Yeah, again. I guess we'll just have to do Starbomb 3 and complete the Triforce. Producer Dave, can you stop the music for a second?
So I waited, and it never came. You can only survive off of 2 20-minute albums for so long until you eventually just get tired of listening to it. And that's exactly what happened to me. Around the time I got tired of listening to them, it was 2019. And that year, Tyler, the Creator's Igor came out, and that changed my life. Ever since then, to this day, I am a absolutely devoted Tyler, the Creator fan. But because of that, I forgot about Starbomb. I completely left them behind. But you know what's really funny about that last statement? In 2019, they released their third album, and I had no idea. I think that is the reason Starbomb isn't nearly as relevant as they used to. With absolutely no word from them about the upcoming album, the fan base just died. And the fan base was huge at its peak. I think a really big part of that was because of the animations that came out alongside the music. All of the music videos were posted to Egoraptor's channel and are mostly animated by Studio Yada, who makes actual TV shows. They also made that Sonic Mania opening that everyone loves. Since Studio Yada were making such high quality animations for Starbomb, there's no surprise that these videos went super viral. I don't need to describe how good these music videos are because you're seeing them for yourself. One thing to point out, a lot of these videos have a ton of Gooner art, and a lot of them were in the thumbnails. So that also probably added to the virality of these videos. Unfortunately though, not every single song got an animated music video, which led to a wave of fan animations trying to fill in that gap. One of the most notorious examples was a creator by the name of Lombarcy, and they're I don't want to trash on another creator's work because I think he was probably a kid when he was making these, but most of these videos consist of traced artwork and weird rig-based animations that kind of remind me of old Gmod animations. But at the time, there weren't any real fan-made Starbomb animations, so these were the biggest ones, which kind of sucked. There were really good ones though. The Crashervania music video was really solid, along with 2 Regretroid animations that were made by Andymations and Paper Castle. It was only up until recently that a lot of really well animated fan music videos came out. I kind of have a theory though that most of Starbomb's fan base was really young back then, so they couldn't really make these videos, but now that they're older and some of them are animators, they are finally coming back to make videos they wanted to see. But finally, after a 4-year wait, we got the third album, the Triforce.
One, two, three, and let's
let's go. It's your boy M-A-O to the I to the O. Welcome you to my biggest fucking house up in the hills. You can get through the gate if you got the dollar bills. Throwing a Mario Party and your ass got invited.
I didn't listen to it when it came out, obviously, but I'm here now. This album was kind of hyped up as the final chapter at the end of Player Select. They always put these skits at the end of their albums, and Danny said that they have to make a third album to complete the Triforce. So it felt like this was the last thing we were ever getting from Starbomb, and that's a good thing, in my opinion. There's only so much you can do when you're making rap music about video games. Almost everything has been done hundreds of times before, and at that point, you'd just be beating a dead horse. And this will be the first time I'm going to be listening to this album start to finish. I only really heard the Zelda song when it came out, so just give me a second. The Triforce is the longest album they have ever made, clocking in at 32 minutes. After waiting 4 years, I feel like this album should have been better than their last one. So is it? Even though this album is pretty short by most standards, because most albums are around an hour to an hour and a half long, it feels like there was a lot of filler. Out of the 14 songs, about 5 feel like they aren't even serious, just random skits that don't add anything except for padding.
Now how do we survive?
Hi, my name is Donkey Kong. Yes, my name it is Donkey Kong.
Why are you like this?
Donkey Kong. It's also my daddy's name, and he named me Donkey Kong Junior.
The highs of this album are even higher than Player Select, but the lows are unbelievably low. It's a tiny album, but it somehow feels bloated. I mean, that said though, it's fine. It's my least favorite album of the 3, but it keeps the same energy as the others, and that is a fitting end to Starbomb. Starbomb was always kind of a dumb project made by the co-stars of Game Grumps. I don't think they ever really took it seriously, and that's totally fine. It seems like something that they just did for fun on the side. I doubt they even made a ton of money from it. So even though it's over and the Triforce is complete, Starbomb will always be remembered as a cornerstone of the old internet. It's probably a good thing they never made more music, because, to be honest, they clearly ran out of ideas by the third album. There's only so many jokes you can make about video games before it becomes redundant. So thank you, Starbomb, for making my childhood just a little bit better.
Oh damn, it's a new Starbomb.
Oh damn, it's a new Starbomb.
Oh damn, it's a new Starbomb!
Oh damn, it's a new Starbomb. Oh damn, it's a new Starbomb. They said it couldn't be done. We'd be out of ideas before we'd begun, and by then we need us on the last album.
Brian said we'd waste our talent, but he don't know shit because we don't have any.
Aaron said it's a cash grab, dog, but the joke's on him and don't make any money.
So, Starbomb made an album in 2024 with basically no advertisement either. I don't know why. In the very first song of this new album, they said that it makes absolutely no money. So I think they're just putting it out for the love of the game. And this album is probably my favorite of all 4. It feels like with Triforce, they were trying to wrap up all the same jokes they've been doing since 2014. But with Boom Rise of Lyrics, they moved past all of that. There is some fluff like every other album they made. 3 of the 14 tracks are just skits again, and one of them is literally just moaning. But if they keep going in this direction, I think Starbomb could actually make a huge comeback. There isn't much of an audience left for video gamer music, but I guarantee that a new audience would grow from this putout. The album didn't end with a skit or a final goodbye like the others. It just kind of exists. Almost every single song isn't a sequel to something they made before. A couple of the songs are still sequels because I think they're just trying to continue a character, but a lot of these songs are so experimental compared to their other stuff.
I said, wait till you see the rest of these games go. Grab your SD card, God.
I really recommend giving it a listen. I'd give it a solid 7 or 8. I was expecting a bunch of throwaway songs, but this one really surprised me. So I really hope this isn't the last album they make, and this is the beginning of a new chapter, because 14-year-old me would be very upset with you, Arin Hanson. Now, you might be asking, why did I make this video? It's really disorganized. I honestly just kind of wanted to talk about Starbomb and the fact that video game parodies are a dying breed. With channels like Mashed desperately clinging on to relevancy and the sudden drought of video game parody songs, it feels like it's the ending of an era. There's still a few viral songs that pop up every now and then, but nothing like it used to be. Starbomb was the epitome of that era. What if Mario was a psychopath? What if Ganon was having sex with Zelda? These were the kind of jokes that defined the early YouTube era. It took something cute and innocent and made it super raunchy and adult. That was the formula that worked for years. And I really miss that time of the internet, when every big creator was just making a Minecraft parody, and when talented animators were pumping out edgy, funny videos about Nintendo games. There was a pureness to it. These were ideas that everyone had, but these people put them out there. They weren't made to chase a trend, and it sucks to say that parody has slowly died out. But with this new Starbomb album, maybe it could make a resurgence one day. You never know. Who knows? I'm just kind of a guy on the internet.
Are you okay? Can I come closer? Hi. Oh my god, hi. You look like Hitler, but hi.